My name is Reanna Khan. I am the co-owner of Vibes Energy. We are a solar installation company. We focus on EV installs, solar installs for all different tiers of business. We started working with WeMB in 2020. WeMB was on the map. We knew they were a great resource as we were a part women-owned business to just kind of touch base and say, okay, we're new business owners. We're getting incorporated. Where do we go from here? How do we make sure we're doing things the right way? Make sure that we kind of ensure ourselves so we're on the right foot stepping up into a new business. Being a part of this community is it gives you a lot of hope, a lot of desire, and it gives you the opportunity to continue to dream in business. I think often when you're in the business, you're kind of on survival mode for most of us for the day to day. And when you go to these breakfasts full of different women and different stages of their business, and you can relate to them and you can hear their stories on stage or on a panel and some of the adversities that they may have gone through and related back to yourself, you realize, okay, like she made it through it. She's at the next step, or she's working her way through it. That barrier that I'm going through right now, it's not unique to me. There's a possibility, and I think that is a driving force why I continue to come back. As far as business advice goes, like to be honest, like the we've got your back kind of stance is huge for me. In business, it's a very lonely place. You can be connected to a lot of people in business, but at the end of the day, your struggles are your own. And when you can hear somebody who's financially able to help you, and even just like making a business plan and be like, "Don't worry, I've got you. I'm going to look this over. I'm going to give you some notes, and this is how we can make it a bit better, or how I can make things easier for you." Um, it just goes. It it just takes you far, right? It just takes you to that next day, to the next step. Coming to WEMB, we were actually able to get someone to advise us, which made it a lot easier to be like, here is an example of what a business plan looks like. Can you do it? If not, we've got this course that you can take to help you get the best business plan for you. Here's how your financial statements should look like. Um, and then accessing funds was huge for us too. What did we put down for this loan? It was nearly impossible. So coming to WEMB, and they were like, okay, well, we're going to look at you, your business, and your financials. It kind of took a lot of weight off of us personally. And then we were able to access funding, which was huge. It made a massive difference in our first year of business. I feel like there's been a few big hurdles along my journey thus far. Obviously, one of them is being a woman in a male dominated business. It's extremely difficult when you walk into a room. My business partner is a man. So when I walk into the room and I ask a question, they answer it to him, and he's like, I'm not even in this conversation. For entrepreneurs just starting out in any industry, is form your solid team. So your accountant, your lawyer, your bookkeeper, figure that team out first, because that's really what's going to make you successful as a business, is understanding how your money works. Having those strong people in your corners and having the right people will set you up for success. So again, like when it comes to funding, because we had a great accountant, when it came time for us to look to funding, we already had everything in place to hand over to WEMB to be like, here are our financials. We didn't have to start back 2 years or whatever it was to kind of recuperate those steps. So yeah, I would say have a solid foundation. When it comes to your team, invest your money in your team so that you are getting people who have that are able to advise you in the best ways.